Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm really pleased to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to go behind the scenes into a part of the hotel that's often overlooked, but is absolutely critical. We're talking about a super high-pressure environment where new technology, especially AI, is really changing the game. So, let's just start with a question to get you thinking. When you picture risk in a hotel, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe data security? Or something at the front desk? Well, what if I told you this single most critical, high-risk spot is somewhere else entirely? A place where just one failure can cost tens of thousands of pounds, and more importantly, put your guests' safety on the line. You guessed it, it's the kitchen. Now, we all know it's the heart of the house, right? But it's also a hub of just intense pressure. So today we're going to dive into how artificial intelligence is stepping in to turn this high-risk area into a smart, predictable, and frankly, indispensable asset. Okay, so what is it that makes the kitchen such a high-stakes environment? The risks here are probably a lot bigger than you might think. Let's break down what that pressure really looks like on a day-to-day basis. First off, just think about the sheer mechanical stress. You've got ovens, fryers, dishwashers. All of this equipment is running for up to 18 hours a day, every single day. And it's doing it in a hot, humid environment. Honestly, it's one of the toughest settings you could possibly imagine for any piece of machinery. And here is the absolute critical difference. When a printer breaks down in an office, it's annoying, right? It's an inconvenience. But when a refrigerator fails in a professional kitchen, that can become a public health crisis. The line between a simple mechanical issue and a serious food safety incident is just razor thin. Let's make this really tangible. Just picture this scenario for a second. The dinner service is over, the kitchen staff has gone home for the night, and a walk-in freezer's compressor quietly just gives out. Nobody knows. There's no one there to hear it. So what's the financial damage when the morning crew walks in? The loss is, well, it's catastrophic. We're talking tens of thousands of pounds in prime cuts of meat, seafood, all those prepared ingredients, all of it has to be thrown out. This isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a massive, massive blow to the bottom line. And it all came from one silent, undetected failure. This is the exact problem we need to solve. Right. That's the kind of silent disaster that keeps a general manager up at night. So how do you make that shift from just reacting to crises to actually preventing them? Well, the answer lies in combining smart sensors, what we call the Internet of Things, with the predictive power of AI. Let's look at how this works in the real world with a platform called Open Kitchen. Now, this is not just a bunch of alarms. It's a truly intelligent system. You have these AI-enabled sensors, and they get attached to every single critical piece of equipment, basically creating a digital nervous system for the entire kitchen. And what's the result of all this? It's peace of mind. It's that assurance that even when no one is physically in the kitchen, you have this vigilant, intelligent system that's watching over your most critical assets. And, of course, your guest safety, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But how does a system like this actually go from just, monitoring things to achieving what I'd call mastery over the kitchen environment? It's not magic, believe me. It's actually a very clear, data-driven process. The whole process is deceptively simple, but it is incredibly powerful. First, the sensors are constantly monitoring key things, like temperature. Second, the AI gets to work analyzing really complex data patterns, specifically the energy consumption of each machine. And third, if it spots any kind of anomaly, anything out of the ordinary, it sends an instant alert to the right people. Now, this is where it gets really proactive. The AI might notice that a refrigerator's compressor is cycling on and off way more often than it should. That's a very subtle sign that it's struggling. So an alert goes out before the temperature even starts to creep up, giving the team plenty of time to move the food and schedule a repair. A major crisis just became a manageable task. This brings us to a really cool core concept, the energy fingerprint. Just like your own fingerprint is unique to you, every single piece of equipment has a unique energy signature when it's working correctly. The AI learns this healthy pattern, and then it just watches for any deviation at all, which can be a telltale sign of an impending failure or a major inefficiency. Here's a perfect practical example. Take a look. On the left, you've got a healthy oven heating element. It has a nice, clean, predictable power draw. But on the right, as that same element starts to fail, its energy fingerprint changes. It starts drawing these abnormal spikes of power. The AI spots that change immediately and flags the component for maintenance before it can fail right in the middle of a busy dinner rush. So you see, this isn't just about preventing disasters. This kind of technology opens up a whole new level of efficiency, quality, and sustainability, all things that are going to be absolutely crucial in your future careers. And the benefits really do go way beyond just preventing failures. The system can spot what we call energy vampires, equipment that gets left on by mistake. It can automate the lighting and the HVAC based on the kitchen's schedule. And as we're about to see, it can even ensure the quality of the food itself. At Europe Hotel School, we often talk about how a well-managed kitchen is a sustainable kitchen. Well, this technology puts that exact principle into action. By cutting down on wasted food, wasted energy, and wasted time on repairs, you're building a much more profitable and a much more sustainable operation. The system's intelligence even extends to brand consistency. Just imagine you need to update a recipe across your hotel group. You can remotely push the exact cooking parameters, temperature, time, humidity levels to smart ovens across all your properties. This ensures your signature dish tastes exactly the same whether it's served in London, Paris, or Rome. So ultimately, this is all about elevating the kitchen. For far too long, the heart of the house has sort of been this analog island in an otherwise digital hotel. This technology finally connects it to the cloud, giving it the same kind of smart, data-driven oversight as the rest of the operation. So as you all move forward in your careers, the question really isn't if AI is going to be part of your world, but how you're going to use it. The intelligent kitchen is really just the beginning. The real question is this: how will you use these powerful new tools to shape the future of hospitality?